There's one stock that is about to go up, in my opinion. The company is in the same sector as EA, Electronic Arts, which just set the record for the largest leveraged buyout in history, more than $40 billion. The stock is Roblox RBLX. It did move up slightly on that acquisition news. It's since sold off some, which I think represents a good buy the dip opportunity. If you like these videos, hit that like button. And let's jump into the price agreement, aka the chart.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.
So here is some information about Roblox. Revenue up 20% year over year. Bookings is a metric specific to this gaming company. I believe it means something to do with, you may ask your grandkids or your kids, basically buying upgrades within the game, like also known as in-app purchases. Sales of virtual currency recognized over time. I don't know why they wouldn't be recognized over time. Surely they would just be recognized when they are transacted. But looks like there was some accounting gymnastics that occurred here. In any case, this is a big number. That's a lot of virtual currency. If you think of a few 100 million people using it, each paying $1, that is a lot. And I think there's more than a few hundred people playing Roblox. Using kind of makes it sound like a drug. But you know what? That's a significant amount of free cash flow. So if they have over 100 million, 150 million, whatever it is of cash, that's good. They're unlikely to have to raise money. They're such a big company. I don't know that raising money through a at the market offering or other type of dilutive raises would be likely, but it never hurts to see a number so big, especially if it's up 50% year over year. That's a great sign. At the end of the day, cash, and I believe free cash flow is like cash that they have access to basically in the bank. They are losing money, but I think that's what this means. Someone can comment that down below if they've worked at a bank, what that is. I haven't worked at a bank. I've worked in technology and knew enough about business to be knowing that you can't value these companies on a discounted cash flow valuation anyway. Palantir certainly isn't valued that way. Nvidia is barely valued that way. Price to earnings is basically not respected as far as where the stock price is actually trading. So what I do is I take the technology approach as an engineer and I say, look, what we have here is a buy the dip opportunity off of a level from before these Q2 earnings, about $125. And if we zoom way out, this is at all-time highs. And the earnings reaction wasn't great. And there was actually some news in here about, I believe this was about them hiring a child safety officer, which maybe it's proactive, but it doesn't really roll off the tongue, for a company that makes video games for kids. So stock did go down, sort of recovered, and earnings are coming up. All the companies are pretty much having Q3 earnings around this time, but So just to say, if it does chop around, you probably want to get out of this one, but it is a buy the dip opportunity. And I'm not talking about a dip like, I'm not, I hate to keep picking on TTD. It's just the one that had such the nuttiest reaction where it went down after earning so much. So this is typically when I say buy the dip, what I think of as a buy the dip. And this one could prove me wrong. And it could just curl up and, I'll have to reconsider buy the dip strategies. But this is generally the example I use is if you try to buy this dip, it just keeps dipping. And United Health sort of was a similar case until recently when after Buffett bought it, it's been more of a steady uptrend. So that's the chart. That's the level. Same idea as always. If you've come to this channel before, there is one stock. This is it. That as of the time of this video offers an opportunity to buy that's low risk a few percent. Maybe you know what this, maybe you have this. I'll tell you what it is. You don't have to know it. It's 100. Maybe it respects this. You can see it kind of bounced off this. Maybe it's just sort of chance that it bounced off there. But there is some levels over here you can see. So you can risk off of those levels, risk a few bucks, few percent really. Just happens to be this is about $100 stock, so it's the same thing. And then make 10 bucks, make 10%. And that's just to get back up to here. And then if it really goes, you make another 10. So that's the name of the game. That's what we're all about. I'm not here to tell you that this is going to go to 200. This is not an analyst price target video. I'm just looking at this thing and this just keeps going up. And now it's giving a digestion period where you can see when it does digest, sometimes, you're getting sort of a buy the dip opportunity in the sense of a undervalued time to get in, not a buy the dip like some type of buy the dip on GameStop. It's going to go back up. Maybe it does, but oftentimes it does not. So that's probably enough on the chart there. Let's get back over to some info about what they're up to, and let's just try not to get too depressed here at the number of hours of this video game played going up almost 60% year over year. That's a lot of monthly unique players, 20 million. It's a little less than I was thinking it was, like 300 million. So that means each person is, on average, paying like $10 on virtual currency, spending $10 in virtual currency. It's probably like DraftKings or other gaming companies where what really happens is there's some whales who spend, hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands, and then there's a lot of people who don't spend any money at all. But the industry is what the industry is. That's a big number. These markets going up over almost 100% and over 100% in virtual currency bought bookings. And it might seem, like sometimes it's easy to say this is not a first world nation. Who cares? It's like, well, who cares? The investors care. There's a lot of people here. And especially with a game where you can just roll it out over the web or over an app, you have zero marginal cost of replication of your product. And these people are online all the time. This country. I guess this might be a handful of countries. I'm sort of showing my ignorance here, but if you look at there's a lot of comments from Indonesia, and there's a lot of, it's one of the biggest consumer of live streams in the world because these people are terminally online. I don't exactly know why. I thought America was bad, but nope. There in Latvia also. Latvia is one of the most internet connected little countries. Totally different place than Indonesia. Numbers. Billion in revenue, billion in bookings. Guidance is up, so that's good for the stock price. This number looks pretty small to me, but again, I'm not an expert on how they've adjusted this EBITDA. EBITDA, even before it's adjusted, is often slightly smoke and mirrors. This is a number that scares people. Net loss. But it is one of those tech companies, so the valuation often does not reflect the profit. And as investors, we're not here to hold this for 6 months or a year. We're here to get in, have a risk level, and get a little 10, 20%. At least that's sort of the name of the game, in my opinion. So Epic Games, aka Fortnite, is private. Minecraft's owned by Microsoft, so that's hard to really compare. And the other ones are less huge than that. This has been a challenge, as I mentioned. And yeah, this is always going to be a challenge because this demographic is minors, okay? So those are the biggest users, and that's kind of by design because they have all the time in the world to play video games, essentially. So I don't know if they're really going to get beyond this. This is kind of like Meta having all these cases when they have billions of users. You know, there's going to be anything that happens in the world is going to happen on their platform too. And I don't really know that Roblox is going to be able to sidestep it. They might get rolled in front of Congress like Zuck has been. But as far as investing, I don't think it really matters. So all we have to say is, sure, Fortnite might go public, but until then, this is really the only way to invest in a competitor to Minecraft, Roblox. So it's where your kids are, it's where your grandkids are, your nephew, your niece, whatever. And you can't really discount this valuation and $1 billion in revenue. It's an absolutely disgusting amount of virtual currency transacted, hundreds of millions, but it is what it is. Those are the price levels. Sorry to be a downer. And if you like these videos, hit that like button. If you hit that subscribe button, you'll get notified of future videos. And if you want to get the best stock idea of the day, head over to stockscommunity.com. It's not a day trade. It's just, I want you to get a better price than anyone else. And the best way to do that is to just be aware of what you can risk off of. So you don't have to check your phone, your brokerage every day, but it doesn't hurt to get in at a good time, right? Just like real estate or getting a good deal at Wayfair. All right. Hit that like button if you like it. I will see you in the next one.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.